Haneman here. Welcome to this week's episode of Guitar Tone Tuesday. All about this Squier Bullet guitar and Squier guitars in general. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the history of Squier guitars as they pertain to Fender. In fact, Squier was started in the 1940s, believe it or not, to make parts for Fender. They kind of ceased to exist in any mainstream way, as far as I know, between then and the early 1980s. But what happened was, in the late 1970s, the Fender brand of instruments was not doing too well. CBS bought Fender out in 1965, and they kind of just gradually went down a slope from there until the end of the 1970s. And what happened was, not only was the quality control down at Fender, but there were also these Japanese companies coming around making really, really great copies of Fender-style instruments. So what happened was Fender decided to kind of compete with their competition, and they went to Japan, started up a factory there making Fender Japanese guitars branded under the Fender name, and they also made these Squier guitars starting around 1982. And the Squier brand has been around ever since, although they have gone through many permutations being built in different locations. So this guitar is a brand new guitar. In fact, it still has the plastic here on the pickguard. This guitar was made in Squier's Indonesia factory. The Indonesian-made Squiers are kind of known for being quite good in terms of relative, amount of guitar that you get for the money that you spend on it. This guitar just sounds fantastic. I was just playing that kind of bluesy intro there, plugged into this Kingsley Bailey 30 with kind of a semi-broken up type sound. So there's your neck pickup. Here's the both pickups together. And here's the bridge pickup. So these guitars nowadays, you know, these guitars go for about $230 where I come from in Canada, brand new, which means that in the States they probably go for about, $90. No, I'm just kidding. Somewhere around $190, maybe $200 max. So it's a really astoundingly low price for this guitar. Now, this particular one has like a brown sunburst finish here, an Indian laurel fretboard, whatever that is, and a maple neck, really, really nice maple neck. Nice shape, It's got a bit of shoulder on this kind of C-shaped neck, So it's not too slim. It actually it kind of fills the hand in a nice way, which I really enjoy. This particular one has 21 frets. So if you want to get that high D, you have to bend a little bit higher to get there. And the body on this guitar is apparently made from poplar. Some people say poplar, some people say agathis. But it's very lightweight, partially due to the fact that it's actually quite thin from front to back. But, it really astounds me that guitars are being made at this price point, with such a great quality, to be honest. I mean, it's not amazing. It's certainly not as good in terms of the hardware as an American-made Fender guitar. But, if you buy one of these guitars and then invest a little bit of money into some parts to fix it up, you can get a pretty good guitar. Now, here's what I would do to a guitar like this. I find, both pickups together sound really, really nice. The bridge pickup sounds good, although it's a little bright for me. The neck pickup is the problem to me. It's very muddy, You can't really get that snap out of it. So, if you listen to, for instance, the neck pickup and the bridge pickup side by side, it's a little too drastic, the contrast. So kind of muddy, and then very bright. Let me actually just turn off all the overdrive, just so you can hear that. Here's the neck pickup again. A little woolly, a little too bassy, and then here's the bridge. It's very plinky on that top end, So the first thing I would do with a guitar like this, if I purchased this guitar, is I would change these pickups out. There's a lot of great aftermarket pickup options there, right now these days. In fact, even being made in Canada, where I'm from, there's a lot of good options out there. So I would replace the pickups, and the only other thing I would do is I'd replace the nut with like an actual bone nut, or maybe a bone substitute. But other than that, it's sturdy, it holds tune well. If you listen to it acoustically, it's pretty loud. A touch on the bright side for sure, but sounds really, really, really good. So I'm going to play it out today with a loop, and I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below, have you guys played a Squier guitar, and what is your experience with these instruments? And again, in my opinion, I think you get a lot of guitar for the money, especially keeping in mind that you might want to do some upgrades. But yeah, great guitars. So let's hear with a little bit of reggae kind of vibe here. I made a loop, so let's hear how that sounds. about it for this week. Please do like, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Please don't forget to let me know what you think about this guitar in the comment section below. That's about it for this week. We'll see you guys again next Tuesday.